Hey, everybody. The Eternal Optimist here to spread sunshine and joy. We're gonna build more factory today. I think we're actually kind of poised to make some pretty good progress because I don't have a lot of. Oh, that's an explosion. Once again, I have been working in the background, and once again, very sharp-eyed viewers will be able to see what I've done. They'll pick it out. They'll know. They'll see the big announcement coming. Well, okay, the mid-size announcement, the little announcement, the announcement that is minorly noteworthy. There's an announcement coming, and you might be able to tell what it is beforehand if you're watching very carefully. However, it's not today because it isn't finished yet. But the first thing on my list right now is I went through all the trouble to put in this new Relesia area. And then, genius me, doesn't even check to make sure that the syngas is hooked up. Just absolutely top tier performance. The good news is, I can fix it. I can fix everything. The world will be a better place through my presence. There we go. There's your syngas. Now you're all making a whole lot of Relesias, honestly. 2.5 a second. That's a lot of Relesia. Alright, good. Clipped. This is more of something to do later, you know? It's not something to do right now. Nah. How are we doing with Bodos? Bodos? Have we done the thing? Only 4 still. Soon we will do the thing. Where's the... Oh, it's coming all the way. Alright, never mind. It's doing fine. Don't look at it. It's doing fine. Very shortly... I wish they would just stop killing bots. So what's happening here is the Relesias are coming through. They're all getting pulled off the belt. They're all going to seed. Most of the seeds are getting put exactly back on the belt in order to go make more Relesias. This is how it should be. Yes? Alright, let's just pretend everything is okay here. We might have to tweak Relesias later. What's next? More muddy sludge vent. Oh god, guys. So, proximate problem is once again... No, not you. Once again, we can't vent our muddy sludge. So we have to put in another muddy sludge eliminator, and I think we're going to try to throw it right here. Because we can't just keep stacking things in this row, you know? Can't just do it. So it's going to be down here, a muddy sludge eater. And that's going to be the combo electrolyzers and washers to destroy the dirt. Alright, so let's go get a whole bunch of electrolyzers and a whole bunch of washers. And we'll stress the energy grid just a little bit more, right? So I want electrolyzers. Probably that many of them. And I want washers. And then once we have more power for our bots, we have to go back and clear some more. Yeah, this is probably fine, right? Then we're going to put in local muddy sludge disposal, which is not really a concept I ever expected I would have to employ. But the world teaches us new and wonderful things every single day, doesn't it? Is this? No, this is oil sands. And this is glass. And I feel like I should have hit borax by now. I expanded a whole bunch, didn't I? Yeah, okay, it's right here. I passed it. Alright, so we're not getting enough borax in the system because we can't vent our muddy sludge. I think I set up a whole bunch of new areas at the end of the last episode, and that's what this is, right? Let's just pretend that's so. Alright, let's clone this area. this area right here. So we will get the muddy sludge in. Right? Oh, I'm going to need a lot of... Why am I not beaconing this? Oh, I am. Oh, I'm doing the weird thing. Oh. Oh. Alright. Here, don't let that rock stop you. Apparently I need a lot more efficiency mods. The last of the handcrafting things. Okay, you go right there, and you go right there. Alright, so how are you not hooked up to the power grid? How is this so? There we go. Welcome to the family, friends. And now that produces a bunch of soil. And that soil, we simply turn back into muddy sludge. And then we electrolyze the muddy sludge again. This is a clean way of getting rid of the soil, which we have way too much of. So it's a way to get rid of everything from the system, but apparently it's not lined up correctly, and that's not going to happen. And this doesn't exist, and this has to go right here. Okay, good. So this is all lined up, and this is just a muddy sludge destroyer. It will destroy half as much per second as advertised, because a lot of it comes back. Half of it comes back to be destroyed again. But I suppose that means the actual destroying rate is lower still, because it's destroying half of the half, and then half of the half of the half of the half. Maybe this is a bad idea, and I should take a look and see how our soil system is doing over in the earth stack. Maybe I'm doing and see where we've got quite a lot of it. We're going to have to destroy the soil is what I'm reading right here. And that basically means it's going to have to be in a system like this. So it has to be in a system like this somewhere. So might as well be here, right? Okay, you're ready to go. You just need the sludge. And we can get the sludge from up here, right? Because it comes from this era. Now this is a little bit of a sin. Biakuas. This is only a vent for this area of the pipe network. Like normally, everything gets pumped to central storage and then gets decide what we're going to do with it. However, this is working locally here, just assuming that this is always going to need a muddy sludge vent right here. And if it's not right here, I've got problems. This is perhaps not the best decision overall. However, I'm pretty sure it's the best decision right now. I struggle to see when there will ever be a time when we do not need to vent enormous amounts of muddy sludge. So, go system, go. I need to get calculus out, don't I? Because this makes 5 soil. It destroys 100 muddy sludge and makes 5 soil. And then right here, it takes 200 muddy sludge to make 100 muddy sludge. And then it comes back over and over and over again. What are you doing? Oh, I gotta get rid of your water and your oxygen. Oh, I forgot about, both of those things. Both of those things should be pretty easy, right? You want to underflow less than 5%. Fill that up. And then the water will come out. You are just a purely dedicated system right here. And you produce, is it excess water? It's 100 muddy sludge goes in and becomes water. And this takes 100 water and becomes muddy sludge. Does this work? On a basic level, does this work? It seems like we got a lot of water in here already, so that's like an answer for no. Why doesn't this work? So the muddy sludge comes in, it makes water. And then the water comes right here, and it makes muddy sludge, right? And this is just the waste. So, is it really doomed to fill up? Well, the liquid comes in here, so this is a constant influx of liquid. Okay, that makes sense. Let's get rid of the oxygen. So, like, there's a constant... Yeah, yes, because the soil gets sorted out right here. However, the liquid never leaves the system. The liquid needs an outfall. I'm pretty sure we need to bring oxygen down here, like right there. And this is, again, a little bit of a sin, but only a little bit. Because we're putting this... Oh, okay, whatever I'm doing right here, don't do that. I should check for pipes clipped. See, I'm hooking this in right here. And there are oxygen consumers down this way. But there is no guarantee that there is enough oxygen consumers. Which means maybe this was a very bad idea. Look how it's immediately getting pressurized. I feel like I may have done bad there, and I've just doomed this entire system by not putting it in the proper place. Being lazy, so on and so forth. Alright, we need a proper outfall. To get that, we go this way, right? Yeah. I think I even keep outfalls on my person now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. There are no guarantees here. I must pass on. Oh, we can't go through there? We can't go through there. Oh, I did bad there. And I don't think we can use the... No, wait, we can. Right there. Nice. Vias. Vias are how to live your life. And right... No, wait, here. This is goal. Do you recognize the fabric of goal? I do. And do we keep outfalls on us? Yes. I feel like something has happened. In that my inventory is so low. Why aren't you voiding the water? There should be a lot of water. Okay, that's a wall. There's another nuke. The Bodos are going. I'm going to have to get used to this, huh? So right here, this line. Well, okay, there's one problem. That's the problem, maybe? And if we go look at the outfall, you're outfallen. Good. Great work. Fantastic. Now, the oxygen is pressurizing, so this was just wrong. We have to pull this back. This is a quite productive fountain of waste oxygen. So this is one of the problems with doing this out here. And again, calculus. So it destroys some muddy sludge, but some of that comes back. And some of that which comes back, comes back. And some of which comes back, comes back, comes back, comes back. And so it's by half, by half, by half, by half. So how much new muddy sludge is actually being processed with every cycle? Like, now that I put it that way, I'm kind of afraid that I'm not doing anything good at all here. Like, I'm just spending electricity. And I'm not taking care of any actual problem. I should ask my friend the AI. I mean, I could get the notepad out over there and try to figure out what this means. But an AI would know this immediately. Hold on, let's do an experiment. Let's go see what ChatGPT says. All right, I asked the Overlord, the Oracle, our new conduit to the divine, and it said at equilibrium it's going to be 50-50 new fluid and dirty fluid, and that's. But what about the like 50% of the new fluid is cleaned, and then 50% of that is recycled fluid. Does that the fact that it's recycled just not matter? Because 25% of that's going to come back, and then 12.5% of that is going to come back, and it just does that forever. This is waste oxygen. I have a concept of waste oxygen here. See, this is multiple layers of problems, and let me describe them for you. First of all, I am not smart enough to figure out this answer right away. This is a problem not just for me, but for the species. We should be able to just know these things, just intuit them. This is how we would make good decisions in our society, both now and going forward. And sorry, too dumb. Second off, I just asked a machine to generate an answer for me, and the machine did. And the fun thing is, I have no way to evaluate that answer. I can choose to believe the machine. I can just walk away, kinda. Maybe I really should work it out. So maybe this isn't a calculus thing. Maybe it's not a related rates thing. But like, I feel like most of the system is going to have to be... What are we doing here? Oh, we have to get rid of our dirt? Are we jammed? See, we can't vent our muddy sludge because we need to process the muddy sludge. So it seems like... Do I believe the machine overlord? Do I try to figure out what's going on here instead? I don't know, and you just did a bad thing, so I need you to be less than 5. There we go, that's what we want. And so now, I suppose what we have to do is just flush the local muddy sludge, right? Or pick up the dirt. It's one of these. And I guess I'm picking up the dirt, the more honest way of doing this. You can't vent your muddy sludge. Oh, it's because I never hooked you up. Alright. Maybe there's a deeper problem here. Maybe thinking about the AI and what the AI wants me to do is a bit too advanced. We didn't catch all of this. This eats 50 a second. This produces more a second. You need to be sped. This don't work if you're not sped. So right here, right? And then this is just our life, right? It gets most of it. Why is everyone blowing up my phone this morning? Alright, hold on a second. Pause. Just watch this. That was a big boom. Big bada boom. I'm worried about that Roboport being damaged. Alright, sorry about that. The horrors of modern life catching up to me. What should I do in this situation? I suppose I have to remove the soil, right? The soil is the problem. Like, the AI is right about a lot when it comes to math. Where's the flaw in my thinking? Is it just that I'm reading too much in... That the system can be successfully modeled on a 1-unit cycle, and that by thinking on multiple unit cycles, I am overthinking it by quite a bit? I mean, that's the logic the AI used. And so it only models that first step, that 50% step, and says half is fresh and half is re-dirtied. So it really doesn't matter where the re-dirtied come from. It's going to get vented in the same way. It looks like we might be able to have more capacity here. But this guy's coming, so no, we have no more capacity. Yep. And he's struggling to vent. So it has to be taken directly to the vent. So, yeah. So once I label the muddy sludge, the remade muddy sludge as dirty muddy, no, what to call it again? The new muddy sludge. That's what it works. That's just how it goes. There's no need to go any further than that. And that I'm just overcomplicating things like a monkey. So this can jam, and I'm not liking that. See, now they're fully going. I don't like how it can build up here and they stop. You see that? And then the belt jams and they can't go. Is this something I'm going to have to deal with? Is this some sort of rates when it comes to... I want that one arm to stop throwing out dirt. The one in the lower right. Here, how would I just go and I take your dirt? I'm just going to take it. Take all your dirt. Oh, you already got it. Okay. So I picked up way too much dirt. And then our dirt eating capacity is... It should be more than enough. More than enough. So why would this ever back up? You can vent your sludge. You eat at 8 a second, and we have all of these. And this, at 1-to-1 correspondence, we're eating more. But it's just close to a full belt. I don't know. I don't know. This is beyond me, friends. I know you come here for piercing, intelligent commentary on all of the woes and tribulations of the day, but today you are not getting it. Alright, so we had multiple problems here. Conceptual problems. See, it's backing up. It actually is backing up. And I don't... Oh, are you... No, you are. What's wrong with you? You have no water. Is this other side just not going because no water? That's why we're backing up? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, I understand. I understand that the answer is, once again, I am dumb, and I'm just not seeing stuff in front of my face. More on that very shortly. I have not been a paragon of intelligence lately. I have just been messing up in embarrassing ways. Another boom. That's going to get old, I think. We might have to do something about that. Alright, let's take a look at muddy sludge. In the last hour, looks like our consumption is now ticking up. In the last 10 minutes, well, we've got a backlog to get through. So maybe, borax can start going again. There's another... No, look at this. Well, it's going to have to work for a while, right? Because now this area is going. And now this area is going. This is also... Did you stop? Did I see you stop for a moment? Oh. Yeah, this is going to the fullest extent. We can actually squeeze out a little more efficiency here by speeding these guys up. Which, now that I say it, I should probably go do, right? And then we have the original muddy sludge cleaner right here. which is just cranky along and making dirt. Oh good, tech happened. So we're eating tons and tons of muddy sludge. There's a little more efficiency to be gotten from that area over there. All right, what are we doing? We're just going to research Yadals, and that's it. We're just blindly researching whatever comes to hand, right? Okay, good. Done. Not a problem. And this is still completely pressurized. I would expect to see the pressure drop soon, but it's just not. It's not dropping precipitously. Yeah, now that's jammed. We'll have to come back and look at this later. I might have to put this in again, which is, you know, kind of a horrifying thought. Just the scale of... See, we're so fast now because we're speeding everything. It's not coming down here. Please destroy this too. I no longer need it. There you go. I could take it to recycling myself, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be lazy. Alright, so I just need to run away. I just need to be out. This is working or not. We're going to fix the other bug up here. Then we're going to go pick up a whole bunch of stuff for landscaping. I'll tell an embarrassing story. Oh, we have to, before I leave. One more time, check pipes. Do any pipes come close to this block and just kind of mysteriously stop? And the answer looks like probably not. Probably not. Look how I never hooked this area up. I just literally never hooked it up. There's no out. I never made an out right here. And that's kind of sad, really. Well, what's the pattern, right? It's supposed to go south, so it's actually going to be a little more in depth than I thought it was going to be. So it should just be this area, right? Right? A simplified version of this area? I mean, that looks right. Here we go. So we have to just stick these things here. And then you need the raw borax in, which you should be... Where do you get that from? So this top area here was just never used. It never worked. It never worked. That's terrifying, frankly. Alright, so do you have the ability to step back once more? You do. Oh no. Okay. Alright. Stay calm, stay calm. This too shall pass. No need to get very, very, very upset over this. Okay. We haven't even gotten to the embarrassing stories part of the day. And already things are... I was like baffled by ChatGPT. Like basic math I should have down by now. Completely eluding me. Because I could have sworn we would need to model what comes back, but if we just assume, I mean, in the very first cycle, the very first of all the first cycles, it's 100% new material coming back, and so there's nothing coming back, and then after that it's 50%. Oh, this is gonna be just a nightmare. All right, let's do it. We will fix this properly. As is the... Oh, did I turn off person? Okay, good. Done. Hopefully that didn't trigger anything. Yeah, and I just gotta pick this up and get this borax in my inventory. There is no other way. And maybe by the end of this, we will have some answer to the muddy sludge question. At least I'm only moving things around. I suppose what the answer I'm looking for is something like a series, and where does the series converge? And one thing I could probably ask myself is if the series is convergent or divergent, because I'm really asking what it converges on, right? I'm asking what amount of the fluid coming back is recycled muddy sludge, right? Here, let's ask the AI that. I'm going to continue to struggle on this. Excuse me, everyone. I'm going to try it again. Now, I asked the AI, and the AI says the series would converge to 200. And now we have two separate questions. First question, is it right? We're just going to have that in the back of our heads the entire time, that maybe the AI is lying to us. Maybe this is an evil world where knowledge is kept perpetually dangling just out of reach, and we are chasing down nothing but Maya forever. Does this seem physical? That as we put more and more in, we would end up getting, like at the end of the Infinite Series, the amount of muddy sludge we would have is, at the end, would be 200. Now that I phrase it like that, the question doesn't even seem to make a lot of sense. So, as with so many things, I can say I've learned nothing here. I'm glad to see that hydrogen chloride isn't very good, but that's because we're low on boric acid. That's because we can't vent our muddy sludge. We're working on that problem. Here, we should probably be able to see an uptick if we did something good. Raw borax. It's like, that doesn't look like a steady uptick right there. Like, we can just kind of hope that this is going to work through backlog. It's going to bother me. People will tell me in the comments, right? So in the past 10 minutes, so in the past hour, in the past 10 hours, it's 250K a minute. In the past 10 minutes, it's more than that. Okay, so we're almost certainly working our way through muddy sludge that's just existing in the system. And after it chews through that, we will hit a new equilibrium. A new equilibrium will be upon us. All right, let's just say this is done. And this is done. And this actually brings to the end, not Factorio, but this. What we're doing today for chores. And this should be purely forward progress. Did we do it? We did not. All right. I accept that, I suppose. And again, a failure. All right, so math. I used to be pretty good at math. I now wonder how good I was at anything at any point. Because I feel like this is the sort of thing I should know instantly, or at least have a intuition for. Here, let's go pick up stuff again, and I'll embarrass myself still further. All that goes there. I need you. I need all of you. That's it. And I don't know why I have this on me. Someone stuffed me full of this and they shouldn't. There was a second there where I emptied my inventory but didn't have personal logistics off. So I might get flooded with stuff again. It's annoying. Alright, so back off to clear the wilderness. Can we go do it? Alright, embarrassing story. As you may have intuited from the fact that I constantly complain about, homeowner stuff, is that I have a house. I live in one. It's quite nice, thank you. Very happy here. It's also fairly new to me. I've only been here for like 2.5 years. And Like for a normal person, that be enough time. But for me, I walk into the room and I hit the wrong light switch over and over. And it's just comedy trying to watch the monkey decide which of the buttons he is exposed to every single day turns on the lights in this room. And I have no explanation for this behavior. I know in theory I'm more intelligent than this, and I have the ability to learn. Like, look at the factory. This heavily implies that there is some activity going on in the cerebral cortex. I should have brought grenades. That's just a universal statement, though. But there's like this push-pull between these guys move now. I could have sworn that they didn't always move. I thought you were stationary at the beginning. That's like a chain. Oh, I didn't bring any cliff explosives. We need lots of these. So like I said, there's this push-pull between how much intelligence I'm willing to dedicate to a task and how important it is. And like there's a calculation you can make and say, over your lifetime, you will spend 5 seconds fumbling with light switches throughout the entire remainder of your life. Or you can expend the mental energy right now and you can figure out what it is and commit that to memory, however it needs to happen, and so that you do not spend those seconds. And I don't have to do that math to tell you that it is strongly in favor of solving the problem properly. Like the amount of time and the mental energy it would take me to memorize what a light switch does and when I walk into a room is much, 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 much lower than the energy I spend fumbling around with it constantly every day of my life. So, okay, we've established that I am a lazy person and I am not behaving at all rationally when it comes to making my daily life decisions. But one day, speaking of light switches, I walked into the room and I turned on the light switch and I looked up and I noticed the fish splash? Did I just see a splish? Did one surface and splish? That would be excessively nice. A lovely little detail. I didn't catch it again. Could be hallucinating. This is, after all, a story about me being extremely stupid. Or at least having a brain that is malfunctioning in disastrous ways. But as I was saying, I looked up in the room to my lights. And in my house, many of my lights are these kind of recessed can things that are embedded into the ceiling and got these floodlights in. They're quite nice. They illuminate properly. I have no problem with the brightness they put off. But on this day, I looked up and I saw the lights were behaving very strangely. The lights were abnormally dim. It's like there's a switch that controls like 6 of them. And of the 6, 1 was full brightness, 2 were like quarter brightness, and the rest were just off. And I looked at that and I was like, what? And the dim monkey brain said, well, what's the problem here? So I kind of flipped a switch off. I flipped the light switch off and it went dark. So good. Okay. Rationality may be preserved. And then I flipped the switch back on and then like the lights switched around up there. Like different ones were dim and different ones were bright. And I looked at that and was like, am I crazy? And repeated the experiment a couple times. The first thing a monkey does is poke it once. The second thing a monkey does is poke it like 5 or 6 times. And I established that there was a rough pattern to what I was seeing here, but no true pattern. There was something wrong with the lights. There was something wrong with the power. So I did what, of course, you would do, and you go and you change all the light bulbs. Or at least I changed the light bulbs that were consistently dark. And the consistency dark light bulbs would not light up. And at this point I was going, oh no, I've got a serious problem. This is something with the electricity. The electricity, that demon that lurks in the walls and makes everything run. It sometimes abandons me. And just the power goes out and I don't know why. Sometimes the power is here and I don't know why. It's truly a totem of the house, a spirit that dwells within, which I do not relate to in a healthy way at all. There's something wrong with the power specifically on this circuit. And there's something wrong with these lights, and it's a consequence. So I realized in this moment, this is a problem far beyond my ability to solve. I can do very simple household wiring, like I'm gonna wire up the chandelier to a light switch to when we're to test it before I have someone come and try to put it up. You know, simple stuff like that. But when it comes to what might be something bad voltage, something a problem with the wires, something may catch on fire and just burn the entire house down while I sleep, this is where I punch out. I go to a professional for this. And yes, this might make me less of a human being, honestly, having to reach out for help for such a trivial thing in mine own house. In mine own house, I am not master. In my own house, the demon electricity can thwart me at any time. In my own house, I live in fear, huddling in darkness, darkness and superstition. I have come. Why are you guys refusing to light up? Oh, is it because you were out of radar coverage at the time? That's why you guys aren't being picked up? Well, anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that the demon electricity that lives in the walls was messing with me. And so I did the appropriate thing. I reached out and I called an electrician. Say, hey, I need an electrician. Come look at this circuit. Tell me what's wrong. Hopefully you don't have to rewire it. Hopefully it's not going to be expensive, and so on and so forth. You know, usual stuff that you do when you got a house. So I do the thing. I make the appointment. The appointment day, the night before the appointment day comes, and I have to prepare for the appointment. The advent of the electrician, the modern tech priest will arrive and will help me purge the misbehavior from my systems. So I get out a ladder. He's going to have to get up there. He's going to want to look at the stuff. So I'm going to make it nice for him. And he's going to make sure that everything's on and everything. So I go and look, and then I notice the problem. As has happened so often, rubber ducking it, preparing it, just doing the unit tests. We're completely out of power now. Night has returned. Truly, we do huddle in darkness. This is going to take me at least one more in order to clear this all out. That's troubling. Anyway, I saw the problem. The problem is that despite living in this house for 2.5 years now and dealing with this problem specifically for a couple days, I just never noticed that this light switch was a dimmer switch. It had a little dimmer, little flippy thing that will turn the volume of electricity going into the circuit up and down, and I had put it too low. And I just never realized, never thought of it, never looked at it, never spent the brain cycles at all to engage with this system, even a little bit. And it caused me to embarrass myself repeatedly. And it's remarkable the things I interact with and touch every day, and yet do not see them. What are you guys doing? Why are you stopped? We have no slaked lime. That should not be possible. We have a dedicated slaked lime maker right here. Right here. This is the dedicated slaked lime maker. You can't do it because you have no seaweed. No seaweed because we're waiting for it. I thought this was preferenced. Okay. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seaweed a second to this point. And that's 3 of those guys. Well, no, this guy has to be, no, it doesn't have to be here. This is just seaweed. This is terrible. And then down here, is this the same problem? No, it's just that this is Why aren't you taking over? The dedicated line has failed, and let's just not think about that for a moment. But shouldn't you be picking up the slack now? Unless it just simply can't get in, that doesn't make sense either. Unless there's a dedicated line going all the way over. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say here is I really don't trust my own judgment anymore or my own vision. I am so comprehensively dumb. But you are full of slaked lime, friends. You're not going, but you're full of slaked lime. I must have cut this line somewhere. All right, just put a pin in that. I'll be back. I have to get rid of this wood. So I canceled the electrician. Yes, I did have to eat a cancellation fee because again, it was the night before. I feel I deserve this. I do not feel that this is anything I have not brought upon myself. It's just so embarrassing. If I had just opened my eyes and looked at the problem and not just proceeded based on assumptions, it would have been just... And it's like, what else in my life am I doing this with? I mean, the obvious answer is probably everything. I stumble through my hours, half asleep, not really looking at what I'm doing, looking at what I think I see, interacting with it at that superficial level. We have a dedicated line. How are we ever getting low on slaked lime? Where is this coming from? Well, it's not coming from anywhere, obviously. When did I do this? Demons. Demons. The demons are here. Where is... Well, now I have to trace it going up because I can't figure out where it is going down. So such is my life. How are your lives going? Please tell me about it. Make me feel better about my bumbling. And you just come nowhere. It just vanishes. Are we actually low on CO2? We are actually low on CO2. Huh. Alright, so that's something I had to pay attention to. Again, the CO2 drops, people are going to be mocking me. But that's alright. Just stick a pin in that. It's not a problem immediately. Where does the dedicated slaked lime line come? No, that's dedicated flue gas. No, that's dedicated bitumen. Did I not bring up a dedicated line? Was it supposed to be on biofluid? I could have sworn I did this. In order to... Is this another one of those things where I thought I did it and then didn't do it? I could believe that. Alright, so let's go take a look at the slaked lime bin. As we have a real and true mental breakdown right here. Slaked lime. We have plenty of it. No. No, right here. Okay, this is the slaked lime line. You go this way, and you're nice, and you're very happy, and you should be turning north by now. You should be turning north right here. I think I just never did it. Crap. Surprised the system held... How did... No. This is too dumb. No, there's dumb and then there's what's happening right here. This does not make even a little bit of sense. How did the system work at all to this point? Is this a slaked lime line? No, that's saline water once again. No. There's something else going on here. Okay, hold on. I may be very, very dumb. No, right there. No, that's... Yes, it goes this way. Okay, alright, alright. Did I mess it up when I messed with Relisias? Answer. Yes. Okay. 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 Jeez. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, so it was bad. It was bad. It was not good. It was in fact bad. But we now have an answer to why it was bad. And we're no longer just standing here boggling at ourselves. It's right here, right? And now the slate blank. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, 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 okay. The factory is spiraling outside of my ability to comprehend it. The world is... Oh, now we're kind of pressurized again. Wonder what that was. Okay, so this is not a happy ending to the story. No, not at all. But it is an ending. Just walk away from the demons. Just walk away. Do not engage with the demons. What am I gonna do? I want to go and rip up more of this stuff. Here, this has to get erased too. The next thing to do is paving. Or maybe I can fill in this space. So we have stuff from right processor and materials, and they're all in this area. So I suppose it wouldn't be that out of line if I used this, but I don't want to. I could just put in some extra blocks for right now. You know? Just lay down what I need and just continue working on the grand paving for later. Or I can just go out and spend this electricity right now. And if you've noticed what buttons I'm pressing, you can tell which I've chosen to do. So, like, I feel like I'm getting actively dumber lately. Like, things that should be, I know I have done easily in the past, I am no longer doing easily. Like, I'm in active decay. This could just be prolonged exposure to factory. Factory does do that to you. However, maybe something more. Alzheimer's, maybe. Some sort of degenerative brain disorder. Who can say? I'm certainly not going to go to a doctor. Like I keep saying, I'm American. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Well, I haven't... I've got superstition now about the light bulbs. What I have up in the light bulbs area, which should work in this configuration, is not... I'm not convinced enough. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy all fresh new light bulbs and put it in. And we're going to run a real and true test with just all fresh, proper dimmer bulbs. I'm pretty sure the actual problem is I put a non-dimmer bulb up in there and it just caused havoc. Because again, I just didn't know it was there. Didn't know it was there. In my own house, I didn't know it was there. So, fun times. Fun times trying to hold on to my sanity. What little of it remains, I hoard to myself, as if it was the last drops of a precious bottle of wine. So we'll see. We'll definitely get through the paving, provided I get appropriate amounts of power. Like, I should probably be putting around radar stations since I'm having so much trouble with this, right? Like, this is defeating the purpose of me doing this. Having to go through and hunt through the dark places. But once again, we're back to the old problem. Do you have the discipline to do it properly, or are you just going to hack through it because it's easier in this microsecond? And if there's one lesson of Factorio, it's that it's never worth it in the long term. Just never. All right, guy, get back in the bus. Maybe I can do some of the intermediate paving, like go fill in all of the water while it recharges. 'Cause we're just bleeding power right now. We're almost done. Might actually be done because of all the bots would have taken care of all that. Let's just pretend we're done and go do more paving. Oh, is this working? No, we're out of boric acid still? I don't think we should be out of boric acid still. Let's take a look at muddy sludge. Muddy sludge. In the last 10 minutes, we are producing a little more. We are eating a little more. I suppose it's kind of... We were already producing muddy sludge to our ability to vent it. This looks a little improved. Looks like we're slowly winning the war with muddy sludge. We should probably see borax ticking up. Washed borax. What is it? Borax? Just borax? Just borax? And this is after being washified. And I cannot account for these numbers. Yeah, don't look at it, demons. I have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry, everyone, but today I am lost. And as I like saying, you are now lost with me. I still don't understand that series I was working on earlier. Someone in the comments will explain it to me. That's fine. There are people who watch these videos who are much closer to math than I am. Right there. And right there. And the bots will take care of that. I almost picked up that whale. Alright, so. And now I put it all back down, right? Fantastic work. We need to go do paving. So the bots come with me again. The energy drink comes with me again. Now we need just a whole lot of landfill. I mean, more landfill than that. Reasonably sure it's not more landfill than I got, but it's going to be a lot of landfill. Oh, we're almost full up. Here. Let's take all of that and all of that. That's probably enough. Let's go. The only good news is this is going to be... It's going to take care of eastward paving for quite some time. Alright, landfill time. Oh, no. Not again. Not the trees again. So straight down. And spite. That's what that is. Spite. You know, people say green water is sick water. You know, we have a solution. We'll just pave it over and then it will suffer no more. Does this make sense? Oh, and this is a bunch of oil sands I never cleaned up. Alright, good. Good. Then, after all this is done, this should take a while, but maybe not to the end of the episode. Maybe I really do have to get some forward progress this episode. So after I do this, we'll try to put in one more step on the quest to high-tech circuitry, which we should be almost to. It's like just 2 or 3 more days, depending on the amount of chores I have. Unfortunately, the amount of chores lately has been great. Okay, so now the other end. Wow, we take a lot of land now. And then we go from over here. Nice blue water. Blue, happy water. It gets paved just the same. Okay, good. So I'm not sure what else to talk about right now. I have been threatening to talk about politics, but that's not going to happen, especially not with the lead up being how incredibly dumb I am. Why would you listen to my thoughts on anything when I've established that I am a just blithering moron, cannot do basic math, cannot understand, just should be able to understand a converging series without any trouble whatsoever, should understand what mathematical tools to employ, and you know what? I just can't, guys. More than that, should be aware of what's in his house. So like in my defense, if there's any defense, how often do you look at a light switch? I mean, how long do you just look at it? It's in a standardized place according to the codes. It must be at a certain height, at a certain place in every room. It's standardized. And because of that, nobody looks at the light switch. You just reach for the place where the light switch should be, and it is, so you don't think about it. We have made it so convenient that we don't have to think anymore. And the problem with that is we stop thinking. So like I asked the AI, does the AI tell me the answer? Probably, maybe, could be. Do I have any way of judging that? No. So what am I really doing? Well, I have transferred my local episteme to an external authority. I've gone to ChatGPT, or I could go to good old Grok, and I can have Elon Musk be the authority for what is true and not in my life. Because am I going to go out and actually figure this problem out properly? I mean, probably not. I'm probably just going to build more factory, right? That's what. Oh, I paved a little much over here. I'll fill out the forms later. And so, I grabbed exactly enough. Well, okay, something went right. Oh, and science is out. That's probably nanocrystalline, right? And that's because of borax. And that's because of muddy sludge, yeah? It's because of all that? Yeah, nanocrystalline, right? Yes, nanocrystalline. And that's muddy sludge, right? I may have to go in and put in another muddy sludge destroying installation. I mean, it doesn't look like I'm making any progress here. So I guess the way to think about it is, in this step, this really is the only step that matters. We destroy 50 units, and then we run again in 50 units, and we run again in 50 units. And it doesn't matter where the sludge comes from, whether it's dirty, whether it's clean. We preference the dirty stuff down here, the reflux, the stuff that comes back, the haunting sludge. But it doesn't matter where it comes from. The only thing that matters is that this pump right here is actually running every once in a while, and that's topping it up with muddy sludge, keeping the system sludgy. So, is this the proper way to think about it? Choosing the right model for these things is such a problem. Before I put all of my stuff back down again, I don't like it when flamers are destroyed. Is this still happening? Did I not fill you up with bots? You have no way of fighting back. I should probably do something about this, right? I mean, come on, guys. Who's gonna do it? Where's my communication? Alright, I need to sit down and I need to breathe for a second. Because I am in danger of spiraling into a deep personal crisis right here. I need to take care of two problems. One problem is down here at this other muddy sludge consumer. Where these guys, these merry boys, need to be sped up. Yes, you have to. Let's just assume we have the electricity to do this, because if we don't make that assumption, we fall into despair. Right there. How's electricity doing lately? Oh, we had a brownout. Okay, so problems are recurring again and again. We need another bank here, which means this guy needs to get ripped down. So let's just order that. And this guy needs to be ripped down. So let's order this. Okay, okay, okay. And so did I clip any pipes here? Sure did. Sure did, Jimmy. No, wait. Did I? No. This is superfluous. This goes nowhere. For nowhere and nothing. Alright, so we're going to have to make a note. We have to pave that and put down more accumulators. And then right here... Oh, we did it! We did it, we did it! We have to actually finish Bodos again tomorrow. You can get turned down. You're eating 9 a second. This is producing a lot less than that. You can get turned down even more. Oh wait. What we really need is like this. That gets a bunch of electricity back. That's what we want to do. Turn it down. 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 Less electricity. It only consumes 8 megawatts for a 2-2. And it's just a light buff. Just a little light buff. It's actually very cheap. Alright, so this will be a little more efficient. And the other place will be a little more efficient. Muddy sludge. What was the other thing I was just talking about I have to do? So now we're up to 400k a minute. I had another thing in my head. Oh, I had to go save those guys by giving them more bots. Okay, that was the other thing. I am kind of going to pieces today. Overwhelmed by all of the struggle. That's bad. That requires an immediate response. To where am I responding? They're in the factory. How? That's a big how. Did I make a land bridge somewhere? Where? Right there. Why aren't you shooting? There you go. You killed my logo. Alright. How? How did they get in? This should be completely sealed. Maybe right here they can slip through somehow. But I wouldn't think they should be able to. Like, not from up there. And this is pretty well sealed. This is very well sealed, actually. So the only place could be is right here. And that does not make sense to me. Like, I did not think they would have the ability to thread the needle right here. That they would drift into range eventually. Yeah. Okay, so the world is 100% not on my side here. I am definitely adrift without anchor, just kind of flailing my way through this. I need more of this. Here, all of you come with me. You are all going to go to the north, northeast. Don't follow my directions, you will die. I am at least as confident as ChatGPT on this matter. Take from that what you will. Oh, so what is going on here if you don't need bots? No, really, what's going on here? Suddenly scared. The world is not as I understand it anymore. Why aren't you finishing that guy off? Do you not have the parts? You have the parts. You have the bots. Here, take that. What is your problem? Why can you not do this? I know what you're doing, but I don't like it. Is there no windmill here for some reason? There's no windmill for some reason. Alright. I could pretend like I understand what's going on, but I really don't. Don't know how that happened. Don't know how most of this happened. Don't know what's going on. There's alerts, and there's scary alerts. But I have better Bodos coming soon. I should be happy about that, right? Happy? Not overwhelmed with a sense of dread? Here, take all of these. And here, these go here too. Thank you. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you and goodbye. All right, paving. The simple act of paving is what I'm doing right now. Admittedly, it is on a larger scale than normal, but we are going to go do some paving. And then maybe I'm going to force myself to do some science regardless of how long it takes. Give me grenades, energy drink, my bots. That should be it. And then we need a lot of paving material. That's not enough. That's probably not even enough. Yeah, maybe that'll do it. Still going to be a lot. And then bricks are... Yeah, I was in the right way. And we just have to continue pounding this energy drink. All right, now, bots off. Bots are no longer needed here. And I think I have to, because I've been really lazy about the radar station. 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a big problem because I need that. I need that to make something. You see, this is a problem. I need it to turn into something, into the higher steam, I think, which is used for some purpose. My point is I need the geothermal vent going. And I'm not going to be able to give that up unless I expand out and take more. Is this actually working? Am I about to be full of regret again? This is a lot of paving. Oh, and I missed a spot. All right, let's go get a little more. Does this work? Oh, it did all work. All right, good. Now, the outlines are only here to help me. That's fine. I obviously need all the help I can get. Oh, man. Let's grab a few bricks of you. Now we're ready. We're ready to run the lines. So, I have asked many deep philosophical questions, and not like philosophical in the fact like, what is a good person? Or, you know, what is the perfect state? Not like, what is truth? What is the real meaning of the words we have? This is like, how do I live my life? Please help. Level questions, which you would suppose from my position in life, I would have figured out by now. But no, I am just flailing around still. Lost in Maya. Struggling with my own perceptions and lack of perception. Day in and day out. Causing trouble for myself more than anyone else. I vex myself, as Shakespeare would say. I am mine own greatest enemy. And I do not know what to do about this. There should be a solution. It's in my constitutional makeup as an American to believe fervently that a solution exists, if only we would to try hard enough. It's that optimism thing, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. And what's terrible is many other people depend on me. I don't know. So I should probably tell some sort of story. I should probably not devolve into politics. I don't like talking about work that much because I come to this game to not talk about work, but I sense almost everyone who plays Factorio is in the industry somehow. Certainly anyone playing Pyanodons. You're definitely on the STEM track if you find your way here, and you may find yourself cursed to working with computers. I don't know what I'm doing about this. Okay, yes I do, I know. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm walking away. And so I have to deal with computers day in and day out, and computer people day in and day out. And it is hypocritical of me to expect people to be aware of what's happening and to think things through, because as I've established, I can't even account for the light switches in my own house. My house, which I don't really leave all that often. I can't even say like something like, "Oh, I'm so super busy. I'm just never there. I've still got rooms I've not really discovered yet. There's a whole closet somewhere that I'm supposed to put stuff in, but I don't know where it is. I'm just super busy having all these cool dinners and cool trips. And I go to business meetings with businessmen and we discuss business topics, and it's so very intense. If my life would just slow down, I would love it if I could spend more time at home, and then I'd learn these simple things that other people have to deal with. But I'm sorry, my life is just too exciting. That isn't the case. I am here almost all of the time. I have touched that light switch, has to be thousands of times, at least 1,000 times in my tenure at this house. But then I have to turn around and rag on people for having the same thing. So maybe this is just like, you just have to be kind. We are all idiots struggling to get by. Please just don't expect much. Expect a struggle. Crack open your Aurelius again. We are here to make order out of disorder. We know that the disorder is probably going to win, and that the disorder is much stronger, much older. I'm so paranoid now. And frankly, has more of a right to be here than we do. But still, we try to make order out of chaos. But still, sometimes, guys. So we're going to do a large computer operation. I will leave it at that. This large computer operation has been in progress, in planning, in preparation for literally 2 years. It is older than this Factorio run, and this Factorio run is old. But I have been profoundly negative on the entire idea of this computer operation, this intricate dance of many, many different people and organization and numerous servers, and a lot of stuff had to go right. And quite frankly, I just told anyone who'd listen, we are not up to the task. This is not going to work. It's not going to work because of this. It's not going to work because of that. It's not going to work because this way. It's not going to work because I don't trust this. It isn't going to work, I kept saying, allowing myself to be an utter negative Nancy, banishing all positive polyness, just saying to everyone, we're not doing enough. We're not doing this. We are not doing it right. We need to be more careful. We're not thinking about the right things. And to be fair, they listened to Techno Cassandra for a good 6 to 8 months before getting sick of me. I have to mine it by hand like a peasant. Many of my ideas were listened to. Many of my concerns were adopted. My core concern that we simply do not have the ability to do this, and that what we think we are doing is not what we're actually doing. We need to be more serious and more careful about it. Was not entirely adopted. And like, you know where this story's going. The story cannot have a happy ending. You can't lead into the story and say, and then I was wrong, everything went better. And, we can still be a little bit positive about this because the computer operation did not fail in the way I thought it was going to fail. There were many, many failure modes for this. As like I said, it is a large computer operation involving, I think, like 6 different organizations, just not organizations, different companies, and then multiple units within each organization. Thank you, Yadolls. I'll be with you in a second. So it's just a huge orchestra, a huge dance, and then just dealing with the machines themselves. Here, research, SAP. Maybe I'll get better SAP up. Although I feel like I should never need SAP again. Like, I should probably be prioritizing Dilmos and Cridrons. Even though the Cridron recipe isn't really all that anything. All right, don't think, just research. So the day comes around, and it's a large computer operation where it takes 8 hours of a dedicated maintenance window, everyone working together just to reach the point where the normal operation would be concluded. The plan was for it to take 8 hours. And then, of course, they went and did verification checks at the end. And the very last verification check, at the very last step, they realized that the change did not take, something was wrong. It was not working as intended. We needed to roll back. And I'm like, because at this point it is in the early morning hours, and I'm sad that it's not working. I knew it probably wasn't going to work. I had actually allowed myself to get optimistic because, like I said, we had gotten past a couple points where I thought it was going to fail, and it did not. So I was going, maybe I was just being negative. Maybe this is going to get pulled off. Maybe it was going to be okay after all. I'm willing to accept that. I'll be wrong about this. No problem. I'm happy to be wrong on the upside. I'm only get really kind of pissy when I'm wrong on the downside and things are worse than anticipated. All right, good. Almost done. So we have to roll back, and the wheels just come right off the cart. It's just everything goes to snot in that moment. Because we had plans, right? We took solid 2 years of planning, and we had a dedicated downer on the squad telling people that things aren't going to be going well enough. We have to have a better plan. What happens if this happens? What happens if this happens? So, okay, we brought out the worst, the black playbook, for the times for when the light of computing has forsaken us. And we have to see what we're going to do about rolling back. And what we learned is kind of enlightening in that the rollback, like I said, this involves many different companies all working together. And we found that one of the pillars of the rollback scheme was not true. One of the interactions that we were counting on being real was not actually real, which means when I dig into my email and find out when people told me about this specific behavior that we should be checking on because I was all on top of this, I found that the person that made these statements in the best case scenario, they simply did not know what they were talking about. In the worst case scenario, they lied to me. And so, okay, so our backup plan didn't work. Wait a second. Why wasn't this tested? Well, if you follow this logic forward, the man that said he was going to test this procedure also could not have done so because the procedure would not have worked because it's built on faulty premises. So the person that told me he tested this procedure definitely lied to me because he did not do this thing. And now here we are in the early morning hours, a bunch of tired and increasingly frantic monkeys left without a plan forward because of, despite 2 years of planning, here when we have to perform an actual operation, we cannot do it. So we've had 2 major failure modes this night. First off, we had a plan. We executed the plan. The plan superficially worked. It looked like it worked. It caused no problems while it was being installed, but then when it was turned on, it just did not work at all. This means that the testing was insufficient. This was something I was harping about. I'm saying your testing is not near enough to the real tests. We're going to have problems. I will fully admit the place that I thought we would have problems is not the place where we did have problems. However, other problems came up, so I'm just going to count the win anyway. Score 1 for the negative Nancy. Cassandra gets another one. So I was right. We did not have the wherewithal, the organizational ability to make this happen, and it did not happen. And then on top of that, we had plans written down that were not tested, were not verified. This is not my job, by the way. This is not my area. I was not driving this bus. I was here on the sidelines telling people where things are going to go wrong and whether things were a good idea or not. Like I said, I was listened to entirely insufficient amount of times. I need more paving material. And so if you were keeping score, we had 8 solid hours of getting to the point where we realized we had failed. And then I want to call it probably 2 or 3 hours after that, realizing that our rollback procedure would not work, and then trying to unroll that failure to try to figure out what was going wrong and what could be salvaged out of that. Like maybe it's a double problem. Maybe the person telling us right now that what we're trying to do is impossible, maybe he's wrong. Maybe he's wrong. So let's get someone else involved. And so you got to get a monkey out of bed. And you know what monkeys don't like? Getting out of bed. And so just disaster upon disaster upon disaster. At this point, money is actively being lost. Like we are in a hard, unexpected down situation during business hours because at this point we are bleeding through into actual business hours the next morning, and it's just hard down, money being lost. Not my money, mind you. I get paid either way, and I'm arm's length from this entire process, but my money in terms of my life is now bleeding away as I should be a happy monkey asleep in bed. Instead, I am on this call still trying to come up with a way to salvage anything forward. And eventually I just grab the mic and I just start giving orders. It's like, I can hear the despair in everyone's voices, and I'm just like, okay, guys, it is clear there is no happy ending to this story, and we're just going to have to pick bad endings. And there's dramatic pause, and no one's talking back at this point. It's just, all right, let me make a plan. I can guide you to the least bad of bad endings now. You have to start doing what I say. The guy driving this train wreck needs to start doing this thing right now. In the background, you need to do this other thing in case that fails. I don't think it's going to fail, but this night hasn't exactly gone to plan, is it? So we're going to be doing this on like a 3-pronged approach. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And then we're going to sit and wait, and it's going to take a lot of time. And during that time, we will be yelled at by management, and we will deserve it. I actually say these words. They don't want to hear it, but I say these actual words. I am not a happy person when it comes to these sort of calls. You don't want me around. Uh, and then we're just going to have to try to suffer through this. This is what I do. I use the language of suffering and responsibility. Neither concepts monkeys appreciate very much, but we deserve it at this point. We have earned our suffering. And then eventually, well into the midday, we finally pull the entire gigantic system out of the ditch. It gets back up and going. Thanks to the plan I dropped on everyone. I won't say I gave it to them. No. A gift implies you can refuse. No. According to the orders, I barked at them in an increasingly irritated voice. We managed to get out with no data loss, with definitely monetary loss. The system was down during business hours. There was real world financial impact of this happening. Not on me, not on my organization, but on someone. And it was just an utter, utter disaster. The worst situation I've been in my career. And decisions have to be made regarding just organization of how this is going. Like, I may now have the organizational firepower to take this shouting I gifted everyone else and shout at actual important people and say that this just cannot be. Look what happened. Look at the dollars. Look at this. Look at the dollars. Think about the dollars. Think about what the dollars mean. Do you like dollars? I know you like dollars. And so maybe I will be able to just browbeat people into getting into a situation I consider better. And trust me, I know how these things have to go. They really should have been listening, but they didn't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen. They get me in the room. They want to hear my thoughts, and then they don't listen to it. They don't listen. They don't listen. Why don't they listen? But that's fine. That's in my past. Today is actually the day of writing the angry emails. I have given it. We are 1 week exactly from this date, from this giant disaster. We are at the point where we should be getting the after action report with a complex, detailed analysis of who lied and what's going to happen to them. What went wrong, whose testing was bad, so on and so forth. I will get no credit for actually slapping everything together and pulling it out of the dish. Everyone just assumes that's what I do. That's why I'm on the call. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm used to it. And all that. But I haven't gotten word one. They are still formulating how they want to phrase this complete, unacceptable disaster, which all this means is people's getting fired. Non-me people. Okay, actually, I could be getting fired off of this from this contract. Doesn't matter much to me. This is actually a happy ending to me. That's one of the great advantages to this. I can say, guys, if you sever contact with my organization and we never see a single dollar from you again and I never hear from you again, this is a win for me. Do you understand that? This will make my life easier. I am not here to be with you. You are in this room to be with me. And while this is a position of extreme arrogance, I feel this is the sort of words they need to hear at this point. Like I said, this has been dragging on for years, and they haven't been taking it seriously, and they haven't been listening. Why are they asking me for advice when they're not listening? And it's just like, okay. It's time for the mean words to come out. It's time to get unambiguous communication. Communication is impossible. We know this from Wittgenstein, but communication will occur, friends. You will understand the thoughts I am conveying, and I'm done paving. I've told my story. I've told my work story. I don't like talking about work. I'm not here to talk about work. I'm here to play a happy video game. Instead, I like to talk about the things that go wrong. How's the homelessness crisis? But we made it through a day. Why do you have people in and you are out of fuel? Oh, you probably just had a No. You probably had your line cut. Shouldn't you be... That's the guano out. So you're missing that guy. Okay, I can help with that. All right. So what I'm saying is the world, computers are not your friend. Don't get into computers, kids. I don't know how else to put it. It is a struggle, a constant struggle. And I'm not sure. I'm dead certain it's an easier struggle than my forefathers put up with. But at the same time, a struggle it be. Why are we out of iron plates? Why are we alarming on iron plates? Why do we have a line for iron plates? The only acceptable answer for this is we just have... Oh, this is probably borax, right? No? We have no high-grade iron. Okay. This is, in fact, an unacceptable answer. So what's the problem today? We live to prove. No oleochemicals. Was I mistaken in my estimation? Really? Didn't I fix all this? What? 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 We have a windmill. What am I looking at right there? Why aren't you getting power? Was I mistaken in my estimation that I did not need vegan oleochemicals anymore? I undid it in my flailing of buttons. All right. Okay, just run away from that. Don't pay attention to that. I need to take inventory of my problems right now, and then I have to make some forward progress. Let's just inventory or maybe don't even look at it. Here. I can't believe we're still muddy sludge. We are still choking on the muddy sludge. Like, this is the new facility right here. And it's just nowhere near enough. I need to put in another new facility. Oh, and we're having a power outage. Okay, let's just breathe. Let's breathe. It's going to be okay. I may have to put in dedicated power somewhere. Oleochemicals. I had supposed that we had so much lard that... What did you just do? What did you just do? You got lard. I had supposed that we have so much lard from all of these augs that we're making and all of these bones that are going into lard at absolute full speed, that we had so much lard that we had full oleochemical production. But apparently, no. That is not the case. And that what I need to do, is I need another source of oleochemicals, and that is from sporopollenin. However, I have Renea is going as hard as it can. But Renea is now used purely in other areas, so I have to upgrade Renea. Oh, are we low on manure bacteria, maybe? Because if this goes any faster, we may not have enough. Yeah, we're low on manure bacteria. You don't have fertilizer. You know what? I think we're just going to leave this for the next episode. There is so much to do, friends. Oh, and this has stopped entirely. Why? You need more seeds. You need more poop. You need more... You need to get rid of your dingrets. And that goes right here and right here. Oh, and there just was never anyone taking care of that. These are waste dingrets. So, right. These dingrets should be put on this belt. And I'm not going to take care of this right now. We're just going to start making notes for next time. Implement waste dingrets. Upgrade Renea. Because we need the sporopollenin. And if we go look at upgrade Renea, comma, manure bacteria. We might need more of that. Renea. Oh, it stopped at some point. Ooh. That's not what I want to see. That should never happen. There's a problem with Renea. What do we suppose that is? I suspect manure bacteria, since we should have enough of it, right? Like, this is producing at 25 a second. What could clog this? Not having enough petri dishes, but they're waiting in line. It's like, where is this going? Where is all this going? There's no... No, wait. I never hooked this guy up. Well, that at least can be solved. Dinosaur, you gotta be hungry. Like, I feel like I left so many things half-built. Like, I feel like someone is digging around in my brain and just kind of taking pieces of it out. Because these things should have been finished, but I didn't do it. I'm getting lazy and sloppy, confused, or someone is coming in here and working in the factory when I am not here. Well, isn't that a thought? And you dump it in waste-rich clay. Demons, I'm telling you. Demons. All right, go and do that. And that will do something, question mark. And if I come over here, we have to throw a switch, right? And that switch we're going to throw is with Renee again. And we're going to, once again, preference this stuff. So you're going to go to -1. So you guys are going to go, and it's going to take the Renea and turn it towards sporopollenin and make it go into oleochemicals. And then we're going to try to back this up. That's what our goal should be, to back this up entirely. And have the sporopollenin be the primary thing. Like, this seems bad to me. Like, this seems like this entire area is going to choke. It's like, why would it do that, though? Maybe we can find a record. Yeah, manure bacteria just kind of punched out entirely here. Why do we suppose that is? Petri dish? No, you have been made pretty consistently. And while this is frankly suspicious, was it the agar? There's a problem here. No seaweed. No seaweed. Because seaweed was out. Okay, no agar because of no seaweed. Okay, That makes sense. And seaweed's still out, but no, it's shoved up. It's completely full up. So why is that? Why don't you have seaweed right here? I ask. No, it's a direct line. Oh, it's a direct line. Okay. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay. So this doesn't really exist anymore. It should be picked up. Here, let's mark it for death. It'll get snagged at some point. And this will stop drawing power. So yes, seaweed was out, so this was out, so that was out, so Renea didn't have the manure bacteria to go. And it is still questionable because we're at 25 per times 12. So that's 300 a second of manure bacteria, and just the Renea is eating much less than that. There's probably other consumers. You're probably just broken somehow. No, you're just kind of stuck, it looks like. Because this is another old style where I don't have a, where I don't have just red hands around to help us out to get things unstuck. Alright, and the next Renea recipe is not great, right? This one. Didn't we decide we didn't want to do this? We did the math on the lignin and it just didn't work out. I think we did. It just wasn't going to be worth it. Especially with the pesticide also added into it. So do I need just more Renea? Or do I just continually just keep tossing in Mark II modules and hope we make more and more and more and more and more and more and more? I don't know what to do. Are we backing up here? That would be best case scenario. We're all going, but we're not backing up, so no, we don't live in best case scenario. All right, I need to stop looking at things. I need to stop looking at things. I need to stop thinking. I need to push forward and do something new. So let's go to City Center. Let's stand here. Let's take a few panicked breaths. All right, so let's get our list out. Let's do a thing. And I guess we're going to do Substrate, right? That's going to do printed circuit substrate. This one. Oh, good. There's another one after this. And we're doing U. And we're not going to have... Wait a second. Yeah, we're doing this. This, and we got all of this. And it's in a PCB factory. And then right here is also a PCB factory. And wait a second. Hold on a second. Printed. This is used, and we're going to try to do electronics Mark III over here. So this is used internally. And then this is... I don't know what to think about this. Do I want to... I'll probably make it again over here when we do this. That's probably for the best. Don't look at it. So it's only going to be used right here. Okay, don't think about anything. Just get PCB boards. PCB makers. How many? Don't know. 1 unit. That's what we do. Alright, so let's just go crank this out. Let's have an accomplishment for today. Let's pretend like we're not utterly lost. Here, notepad, you can go away. And figure out, like right here, just literally right here, add more power. Power is a problem again. I really, really don't want to think about power. I want to get to the next tier of biomass and then get power off of that. As I look, yep, problems are happening more often. Yep, sure is. It's because somebody keeps building more stuff and throwing down more beacons. Not a lot we can do about that. Nope. So what's your size? Are you the same size as the sewing machine? Yes, you are. Okay, so we can use that. And what is your ratio? So no, we're doing U and we're doing U. So we make the substrate and then we mount the substrate. So good. And this can be prodded and this can be prodded. How wonderful. Prod is going to come to all of this. You make 0.8 a second and you eat 0.4 a second. So the natural ratio is one of these to two of these. Here, let's get it's the MSA. Start ordering that from all the way other side of the factory. Surely this isn't going to cause us problems, right? MSA. Right there. All right, that's coming in good. All right, so next. 2 to 1, huh? Because I really wanted to do a double flower like this. And I guess that's still what I'm going to do, right? Because of symmetry and beauty and so on and so forth. So what we would do is grab you. This doesn't get exported. I am worried about that. We're just going to build you right here. And then what we want to do is you're a little different, right? Because you don't output out. You output back into the middle. That's how this flower works. And so we'll make that work. And then I suppose it does have to output out too, right? Because of it has to be used for electronics Mark III. I think. Here, let's check on that. And then you are used in, yes, electronic Mark III. So this does have to come out. So I kind of lied. But that's all right. We can fix it. It'll be okay. So we'll just come around like so. One, two. Then we will come down this middle right here. And then this will be our actual out. And we will have a warden right here that will read in the contents and will here. We'll pull in what is needed. And this will be our structure. And yes, we have 2 to 1 ratio here. Yes, this is probably a problem. No, I'm not going to deal with that right now. All right, and so you guys are doing this. And you're going to need pipes. And you're doing this. And this is kind of how it's going to go. And then we will pull in, we will read in the number of these we got, just like we always do. Less than 50. There you go. We don't need to use a filter. All right, so that'll work. That'll work. This is the gross form of what we will be employing. So let's settle it in the right area. So all you get picked up. Right there. This is the place, right? Yes, I realize we're cutting a line. I will fix that. And then all I really need is one really good episode. One solid episode where I can concentrate. And I should get all the way to blue circuits. But what are the chances I'm going to get an episode like that, right? Okay, let's dispatch a whale. This button. So we want this. Don't we have nylon parts around here? Isn't that part of what we are doing right here? Isn't this nylon parts? Yes. Can we conceivably use that line. If I move all this down here, just pick it all up and move it right there. We could use that nylon parts line and make our life a little simpler. I'm not sure it'll matter though. It'll matter. Do it. So just copy all of this and just paste it right here, right? And then it goes down, good. And then all this comes. And we will put this somewhere else, and we just remember the geothermal line, right? Because, good news, we just clipped it again. All right, so false start. Oh, this is bad. All these guys are on, I'll run the line down. It'll be fine. I'll make it work. Just no one will ask any questions. And if they do, they're going to get the weirdest glare. Just looking at them, just staring in the eyes. Just don't ask these questions. Don't ask. Oh, this should not be. Hopefully I picked that up fast enough. If not, we're going to waste a lot of chemical. All right, so we kind of did this badly, didn't we? Because we did immediately. All right, we can do it back here, and it will only be a little shameful. All right. I guess we have to do that. All right, so kind of substantially shameful now that I look at it, but don't know what else to say about this. The belt shall provide. And then we're here. Okay, so we're going to have a much simplified whale as a consequence of this. Then we're going to leap straight to there. And this will find someplace else to be. Thanks. In fact, both of you, both the control nodes will go into the center. And then this guy's got right here, and then you're gonna get hooked up just like your other buddy, just like the pattern. Follow the pattern. 50. That should be fine, right? It uses 6 a second. Yeah, doing this was right. Whale. I was gonna program a whale. So we've dispensed with that. Now we got fiberglass, which is this weirdo substance I made a while ago. So there's only 3 things to bring in. A simple whale. 1 fiberglass, 5 tin plate, 5 copper plate. All right, our number is 11. How wonderful. Divided by 11. So our number is 800. Is that enough? Let's find out. 800. That leaves 2 spaces for things. I feel like we should shave it down a little bit. Our numbers are going to be slightly off, but it's not going to matter, I think. Or so I tell myself. Sorry. Paranoia striking. Yeah, why aren't you here? I was asking. There we go. Whale. Time to do your whaley duty. Now you need to go get tin and then copper. Okay. So we're out of iron. That's oleochemicals. That's a big problem. Load items. Let's not pay attention to that. Don't look at it. Copper. Copper, 3,900. Then we got to go all the way back. We're still doing this. To tin, load items, 3,900. And then we need to go get fiberglass, which I think we put in the electronic stack. We did. Load items, fiberglass, 800. Now you come here. You wait for our circuit condition. That is comparador equals go. Unload 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3800, 3900, 3900. There. All ready to go. A rather simple whale. Mr. Whale, please be off. Go. Okay, so that's going. Now we have to get our liquid in. And we have to get our out. No, wait, don't do that. I have to hit this first. 1, 2, and then I got rid of it. So, copper plate. Okay, good. Not at all on the edge of having a panic attack. Not at all anything like that. So, we need out and out. Why would I do any of these things? I wonder if there's been any Pyanodons related fatalities yet. I feel like that's only a matter of time. Says the man who is increasingly aware that his hobby might not be exactly safe. I messed that up. Alright, so right there. Right there. Right there. Up. Right there. Okay, good. Good. Now all I have to do is hook this up, which means we're going on a run, everybody. Running's healthy. Everyone should run more. Right there. And we're just gonna hope no one asks any questions about the design of this particular area, because we're not going to have good answers. But I assure you, if I tell you I've tested something, I actually have. I've lived out the consequences of testing not being exactly as advertised too many times. Science is still going. That's great. The FPS is starting to drop. I'm going to have to do something about that at some point. Like maybe take a solid optimization pass on caravans in general. I feel like that's... Yeah, look, we almost dropped down to the 40s there. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to know. Don't tell me about it. Let it be so imperceptible I do not notice. Alright, now what we're doing with outs here, you are used in just this. We're just making an out this way. So it's just like this, in fact. And then they will go somewhere. Actually, we can put them all back in the center and then pull them out down here. That would be more compact. We might be able to fit something here. Let's do that. It's going to be a bit different with the pattern. Could have fit more in. Can I even do that? Here, let's take a look. Have I caused myself problems? It's like that doesn't fit at all. Is there a slimmer version somewhere? Like say this? Like actually put the blue circuit maker right here? Yes, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to have dozens of lines coming in. Like this is traditionally where it goes. Huh. I might have to consider this. Okay, well, might have to is an understatement. I will have to consider this. So I'm probably going to do it, honestly. Here, just put it down as a preview. Get back here. You are going to do instead high tech. Yeah. All right. This is shades of things to come then. And then it should definitely all go back to the center, just to reinforce that. Like so, like so. So and like so. And the good news is this comes out like this. And we'll go just directly next door. Right? So how many are going to be coming from the bottom? Just one? No, I can put the microcontrollers right here. Because we're going to need like MOSFETs and things. I guess I'll put them right here and drag them over. Or maybe right here and drag them up. We'll see how it goes. And we're going to have to drag down processors all this way. Ooh. Maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll put the actual circuit board. Maybe we'll use this space for something later. I don't know what. I'm doing my best. Leave me alone. I can't pick them up anymore. So we're just going to do something like this. And then just hope for the best, right? We're making 6, we're making 2 a second. And then if all is well, that should be enough to, if all is converted to like 10 of those a second. That's not going to happen, is it? All right, good. Glad to see this going. You're going to shove 50 in, and you've got all those there. All right, let's go another whale. I need to bring in battery and optical fiber, so this is pretty easy. We have 4 battery, 3 optical fiber. And so our number is going to be 7, obviously. In fact, our number is just going to be, no, don't be lazy. I had an entire speech earlier about don't be lazy. 1200, 4800, 3600. All right, okay. Okay, good. Another whale out into the world. Another whale out to do hard labor. Here, I should definitely feed you first. Slightly easier. And now just go get battery and optical fiber. That would be super easy if it didn't keep dragging my camera back. So battery right there. Load items until we got battery 4800. Then I need you to go get optical fiber, which we don't have a lot of for some reason. This is a problem. I should probably look into that. Alright, and then you come here as normal. Comparador equals go. Unload until target, unload until target 1 and a 2. 4800, 3600. Good. And we will have done something new. Just one thing new today. Where aren't you going? Oh, this guy's not going fast enough for all of them. Well, that's an unexpected problem, isn't it? How do I deal with that? I mean, obviously we need another line in. Just as obviously we haven't really... doesn't really work there. I can put in dedicated lines right here for these guys and like that guy. And like this guy would be in charge of just everything else. Come in on the side probably. It's gonna look ugly, but what can you do? Alright, good. This is done, that is done. Let's try that then. Here, pick this all up. Shove this all in the output. Then what I'll do right here is we'll do this little dance. And this is dumb what we're doing. Just be under no illusion that what I'm doing is not dumb. There we go. Then this should be better, maybe? Should be different, maybe? Oh, and you need power. That's probably a bad place for the power pole. I shouldn't block my vision. Alright, so that gets them all going. That's good. And now this will happen. Oh, it is coming back. We should check on optical fiber. We only have one area where we make it. We are surely going to need more. And this is, what's your problem? You need more of this, you need that to go. Why aren't you going? You need photopores to come around. We are going full speed on this. We need more speakers? That's odd. Here, go no, not 1,000, excuse me, 100. That's too many speakers. One should never see any lack of speakers. I suppose more trits need to be on the belt as well. There we go, more trits. And that's not a proper, that isn't proper. I should go fix that. So that will, so we really are just going full speed on this. If we want more optical fiber, we're going to have to do this elsewhere. And we just need more photopores, it looks like. So this is we are at 0.25 times 5, so it's 1.25 each. And so that's enough for 2 of these guys to go. All right, we're just going to go fix that. Are you back yet? No, you're waiting in line, right? Now we don't have any batteries. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not anything important. Are we not making a proper amount of batteries right now? Battery. That's right there. We are not making any batteries because we don't have any coke. This is assuredly not a coke problem. It is instead this alloy problem. And this alloy is cranking as hard as it can. Here, let's take a look. Lead antimony. Oh, it crashed out entirely. That's probably no antimony, because we've been suffering from not enough antimony lately. And I have another antimony recipe I can implement. Like, why aren't you going? It's like we're not going because this is not going. And that's because we can't vent the good stuff fast enough. You know what? Let's go on a short tour. We're going to go to the photopore area, the optical fiber area, and we're going to fix that. We're going to do after... Okay, hold on a second. First off, this can go away. This is now done. Look, we're almost done with our goal. It's still like 2 episodes away. Maybe 1. Maybe just 1 if I cut the chores short. But what I want is right here. I want these guys to be faster. And I want a proper balancer here. No more lazy balance. There we go. Alright, so now apparently we need more trits on the belt. So let's just increase that. So that's more than double what it had before. Problem is it doesn't have a mixer right now. The good news is it places right as it picks, you know? Places and then picks, so it's in the right spot. There's such an art to sushi belt design, and I'm not sure if I can completely say I've got it down yet. Why aren't you going? Plenty of trits are floating by. Why are you not picking them up? F is not set. So we only want to slaughter trits, and that probably is too many photopores, right? We probably have this regulated very low. Where do you suppose F comes from? E equals 1, there's no F. What do you suppose we do? Right over here? Hidden by this whale, maybe? Here. Go take a lap. Oh, you were almost full anyway. Alright, so E, we need photopores. Less than that. F is less than 15. We're gonna bump this up a little bit to 40. And then you are going to be bumped up to 60. Like, what did I just do? That's a real question, right? So F and E have no meaning for me. Really should, since I actually did this. But F right here, well, that's E. What now? Oh, is E like full and sort of full? Okay, I can see that going. All right, so full speed should be less than that, and then E is right here, so this should be the only one going at the moment because of so many photopores on the belt. Maybe I've done good. It's really hard to say. We're in an entire thing of sushi mechanics right now. It's like, this needs to go because you need that. So that's, see, ideally this is what we want to see. We also don't want to rot out too many photopores. It's like, why aren't you going? You need more of that, and that's waiting. So we're definitely going to have to expand this, just not right now. What was the other thing I was thinking of? Timmy making. All right, we're going to go distribute better furnaces, because we have those now. We also have a better Timmy recipe, which we might need to implement. But for right now, this is where we start. So just run over here. Another tech. Was this like 3 techs today? Should probably not get this. I should probably... Alright, it's right there. We're going to get whatever is right there. And see, we're rapidly burning our way through this tech tier. And how's power feeling? Nervous? We need more accumulators. Luckily, I can provide that. I was going to antimony. Here, we got to make a note of that. More accumulators now. Accumulators now. I don't think I'm going to make it. Why do I keep pressing that button? I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to have to address power somehow. It was suggested to me I do aerial power plants. Because it'll kind of fit in the theme. And since I haven't even looked at them, yes, I agree. I should check to see if those will be a good idea. So, I'm gonna have to make those sometimes. Okay, why aren't you doing it? Because I picked up casting units, that's why. Oh my god, help me. Help me. Bad brain in the skull again. Don't know how to adapt to this. Not coping well. The world is not my friend at the moment. I am not my friend. I hurt me more than anyone else does. All right, we need you guys instead. All right. So we are going to go take care of this. And then we're going to go do something nice and calm. Maybe I'll color. Maybe I'll get out a coloring book and I'll make a pretty picture. Maybe that's more of my speed today. All right, there we go. Make it real. So that was apparently holding up the entire system because we could not process this fast enough. I'm just going to assume this is going to follow on, right? Okay, we could upgrade all of this. This may or may not do anything. You know? Oh, you can prod... Oh, at the cost of power. Don't get too excited, right? What I really want to do is see these guys light up. But it looks like all of the Timmy Pulp 1 is going to... all the Timmy Pulp 2, rather, is headed towards making probably semiconductors. And so this is the sole means of antimony production that we have in the factory right now. And while I doubled it, and that's good, it is probably nowhere near enough. You know? I mean, all of this is going now, every last one of them. So we're going through it. All right, I don't want to think about this. We're not thinking about the implications of anything. We are just running away. We are done. Done. I would love to say I'm getting to high-tech circuits next time, but I don't think we are. I think we have too many problems still. I mean, I haven't even gone looking for problems, and I found a lot of them. How's Renea? Once again, my life turning around these little plants. We are not, in fact, backing up at all, which means science will stop eventually. Maybe this is how it has to be. And this is just a sign I need more Renea somehow. Man, I wish the next recipe was usable. It looks like manure bacteria is pressurizing. No, it's not. I really wish the second level Renea recipe was usable. It just requires too much lignin. So this looks like it's just being used immediately, which is what I expected. I'm going to put more stress on the system because I'm going to upgrade all these modules eventually. I have to fix Renea. I don't know what I'm doing about this. This is a real puzzler. Well, is iron going again? Is the next question. I mean, that looks okay. That looks okay. So it looks like we got a blast of oleochemicals. Looks like I did something right. I don't know. I don't know where the factory is right now. Oh, that was a big boom. Science is flickering. We're researching many techs a day, so it's going too far, too fast, all of that. But I don't know. I don't know. Serious analysis right now is I don't know. Oh, and I also erased the thing I used to align myself on this side. That's bad. Here, I need to look at a reference. Hold on. Everyone stand still. Pulling up at yesterday's screenshot. What do I orient myself on? So I erased. So it's just a little over like this. No, a little more. It's a little gap, not a minuscule gap. I need to find a better place to orient myself. Just a little of these guys. So it's just, I have to remember just like a little of that. And just a little of this. This might be right. It might not be right. I don't know. All right, recap. What did we do today? Well, we kind of suffered today. We started as the world's greatest optimist, and we did not end that way. So the great achievement is we got all of the Bodo spores out we need. We just have to now propagate the Bodo spores. I'm not sure if it is as big of a requirement as it used to be, but I should go do that. I ran around fixing things here and there. I fixed Relesia. Like, working on this Relesia block, I severed several important lines, and it took widespread failures for me to actually see that they were there. Good. I put them back. Maybe. It could be okay. Possibly. It's really hard to say. Then I put in another muddy sludge digester here south of borax. It might be enough, but I suspect it is not. I suspect I'm going to have to put in its brother right here. And we're just drowning in muddy sludge. It might be okay. It might not. I don't know. We had oleochemical imbalance again. So I had to dedicate Renea to sporopolinin instead of dedicating it towards science, which was its previous purpose. I just have to find a way to get a lot more Renea, and the next level recipe is not what I want to deal with. So that's an outstanding issue. The big thing I did is I did a whole lot of paving over here, the most I've ever done. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What is that? 68 blocks just laid in one go. Okay, that's nice. That's a lot of room to grow. That should be all the way to prod science and beyond, because we're definitely going to be able to put in blue circuits right here. And then for the new thing, we put in printed substrate right here for the blue circuits. There's only one new part left and a couple copy pasted old parts. And I don't know, we ran around tweaking things, trying to make things better here and there. Not sure I succeeded by any means, but the factory moves forward. We're teching. We've got new products online. I'm fixing problems and creating problems. We're having power problems again. I need to put in more accumulators, but that's coming. So I think we're going to be okay, maybe. It could be possible that some part of this might be okay. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I am done. I will be back next time. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.